righty. Let's
the Swizz, drop the prop.
Let's roll the camera. Let's start by saying Ray is at it again.
Yeah.
And now let's go right to Ray. Okay, he's got nothing in his hands.
All right, we were talking about the creative process.
Yes.
Hey, remember a few weeks ago when I brought this little doodad in?
Say, what is that?
Do you remember this? This was the piece.
Oh yeah, that is the piece of the.
Member from my GTO.
Yes.
You said we're gonna hang the bathroom key on it. Well, I have to show you this. Okay.
He's hung the bathroom key. Yeah, that's it,
I
right?
mentioned to my daughter that I needed to do this, so I said, "Listen, go online. Let's find a picture of like a skeleton key." So she finds this. Okay.
You know, I wish I had your time.
From that, no. From that, we went to a paper model that was on a folder.
You made a skeleton key, but it's big. It's obviously bigger than your standard key, but it looks almost like a Victorian key.
Yeah. Well, she did this for me. She did it on a piece of a manila folder.
Right.
Then I transferred it to aluminum.
Right.
And there you go.
And there you go.
There's your bathroom key.
Now, what are you going to do with this mobile that you
just hang it by the bathroom?
That's nice.
What else would you do?
Glad you can do that.
All right, now for the serious artistic piece.
Alrighty.
Oh, look what else! I was playing in the garage with some paints. Look what I had.
It's an old Riviera emblem.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a ring out of it, I think, because it's like my initial.
Hey, tough guy.
Hey.
It's a Riviera emblem off the trunk of a 71 or 70. Gotta zoom in on that. Yeah, baby. He looks good.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It was like Hannibal Lecter for a minute.
I'm sure it tastes like WD-40.
No, it tastes like paint.
That was a wraparound trunk emblem.
Yes.
It had the R on it.
That's what this is. This is where the lock went on the back of a 71 Riviera.
Yeah.
Laying in the garage, the mounting studs were broken, so I said, hey, you know what? Give me that. Well, I'll have paint. Let me paint it. Well, another thing I worked on this week was another electrical device that I should start marketing.
What in the hell is... Oh, look at that. There's that's your regulator that you were talking about.
Now, this is, as you can see, Delco Remy, this is to an untrained eye, you would think this was a regular, voltage regulator.
Yes.
Or an external regulator type alternator.
All right. You're going to love this stuff on MotorMouth Radio when you see it.
Yeah, I didn't bring the 1/4-inch socket because I left this kind of loose.
My expert camera work is just phenomenal.
Oh, yes. What we have inside is...
Ta-da! It's a chocolate cookie.
It's a relay.
Look at that! You got a relay going on.
Now, this is a relay to power my distributor, my electronic distributor.
Right.
I wanted it to hide in plain sight.
You are so proud of this stuff.
I like doing this. With the help of Joe D, I decided to use the original flat connector. If you notice, this orange and purple wire, the purple is the ignition wire, and the orange is going to be the sense wire. Mm-hmm. These two outside wires are dummies.
You have no common sense at all.
And this red wire is going to be the 12 volts for the power.
Right.
So once I wrap this and put this back on the firewall, it's going to look just like a voltage regulator.
Your standard regular regulator.
Tell you what took more time to make was this.
Now you're talking, baby. That's a gasket.
This stupid thing took me...
That's a nice one, too.
It takes forever to make this.
Yeah, I can see how you're spitting all over it.
But again, this is what happens when it's summertime. The living is easy. You have nothing else to do.
You know what? I want your life.
You can have it sometimes.
Sometimes
I wouldn't trade it.
I want your life. When I grow up, I want to be you.
Yeah. Well, the idea
I do want to be him.
The idea was to hide this in plain sight on the firewall of the car where nobody would think that it was anything out of the ordinary.
Right.
But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and incorporate some theft control into this and maybe interrupt one of the relay wires.
You're going to try and get a Rottweiler in there.
Well, yeah, and that's going to be in a bigger regulator. I'll interrupt one of the relay wires and use it as a kill switch.
Oh, okay.
But the idea is, in this configuration, no one will think twice about what this is.
No.
They think that it was a regulator.
Yeah, or a lunchbox.
Unless they look at the alternator and say, hey, wait a minute, the alternator in the car has an internal regulator. So why does he have an external regulator? So a smart thief would know something was up.
No, not too many of them are smart.
Then again, a smart thief may just think, well, maybe the guy just left this in place so he didn't have to disrupt the wiring harness.
Aha! Maybe.
But so we had the fun artistic side today.
Yes.
To do some work with my daughter.
The silliness.
And then we had the automotive artistic side where we got to play around and get to use some nice spray paint, some nice silver, some argent silver and some nice, black.
Let me see how detail you did on that thing.
That was a little detail.
Oh, look at that.
This is not a good looking red. This thing had so many holes in it. This literally had rotted.
Just like the show.
Rotting, yeah. And I actually fixed the holes with JB Weld. because from sitting in the car I took this out of, these are hard to come by, so I had to salvage it. So I basically JB welded the rot holes so that I could preserve the integrity
there you go.
of the piece. So there you go. There's the tech corner for today.
Fantastic. Great camera work by me.
Always, as always.
All righty. And
we'll be nauseous later.
We're gonna shut this off and continue.